Top mistakes to avoid when setting up your insulin pump in 2025 by Diabetes Mastery Hub. Clinician-reviewed, practical guidance for everyday diabetes management.
Match your clock, carb ratios, ICR, correction factor, ISF, basal profile, and insulin duration before first wear.
Don't import old settings blindly. Revalidate them for your current insulin, weight, and routine. Start with conservative automation targets, then tighten gradually. Use site rotation plus set change rules to prevent silent absorption issues. Schedule a 7-day ramp plan below to stabilize without burnout. Why pump setup matters more than you think. A modern pump, with or without an AID closed-loop algorithm, is only as good as its inputs. Correct time, accurate profile, reliable infusion sites, and a clear routine for meals, activity, stress, and sick days. Small errors early, like a 30-minute clock drift or an aggressive insulin action time, can snowball into weeks of highs-lows. The good news, most problems are predictable and fixable. The 15 most common pump setup mistakes and how to fix them fast. Copy-pasting old settings without revalidation. Mistake: importing a profile from years ago or a previous pump, unchanged. Fix: recheck weight, total daily dose, TDD, current ICR ISF, and duration of insulin action, DIA, for your present routine and insulin type. Confirm with your clinician. 2. Wrong clock, time zone. Mistake: pump time not matching your phone, CGM. Fix: align time, date, and DST on pump, phone, and CGM. Recheck after travel. 3. Skipping a basal test. Mistake: assuming basal rates are perfect. Fix: do basal checks, fasting windows by time block during low-stress days. Adjust gradually, e.g. 5 to 10% with clinician guidance. 4. Aggressive DIA, insulin duration. Setting: mistake: setting DIA too short, causing insulin stacking and lows. Fix: use evidence-based DIA for your insulin. Lengthen if you see late post-meal dips or frequent corrections. 5. Over-tight initial targets in AID. Mistake: starting closed loop with very tight targets leads to alert fatigue and corrective yo-yo. Fix: begin conservatively for 1-2 weeks, then tighten. Add exercise illness presets early. 6. Pre-bolus blind spots. Mistake: no pre-bolus routine. Meal spikes overwhelm automation. Fix: establish a pre-bolus window. Varies by meal insulin, often 10 to 20 minutes. Pair with protein plus fiber first and short post-meal walk. 7. Infusion. Set placement NAMP. Rotation errors. Mistake: reusing favorite spots. Lipohypertrophy and erratic absorption. Fix: follow a 4-quadrant rotation map. Keep 2 fingers from previous sites and scars. Respect change intervals, often 2 to 3 days. 8. Air bubbles. Fill and amp. Prime issues. Mistake: microbubbles reduce delivered insulin. Fix: room temp insulin, gentle cartridge fill, visual check for bubbles, proper priming. Replace sets if in doubt. 9. Ignoring adhesion and amp. Heat, humidity. Mistake: summer sweat or workouts loosen cannulas. Fix: clean dry skin. Consider barrier wipes, overpatches. Plan set changes before heavy exercise or sauna. 10. Alert fatigue from day 1. Mistake: all alerts maxed. You start ignoring alarms. Fix: prioritize urgent low-high, occlusion empty reservoir, and site age. Add non-urgent alerts after week 1 if helpful. 11. No plan B for failures. Mistake: no backup insulin or ketone plan when pumps misbehave. Fix: keep rapid-acting pens, syringes, basal backup, if prescribed, ketone strips, and a written sick day plan. 12. Forgetting exercise and amp. Temp basal presets. Mistake: starting workouts with standard basal. Preventable lows, highs. Fix: create exercise presets. Timing plus reduction %. Based on intensity duration. Test and refine.
13. Not calibrating carb counting reality mistake. Underestimating carbs by 20–40%. Portion creep. Fix. Remeasure 3 to 5 frequent meals for 2 weeks. Build a quiet curve meal list for on-the-go days. 14. CGM pump communication assumptions mistake. Assuming flawless connectivity. Fix. Confirm compatible app firmware. Allow background permissions. Avoid battery saver. Keep devices within recommended range. 15. Post-change spikes, lows. Brushed off, mistake. Ignoring pattern changes after new sets reservoirs. Fix. Tag the hour after set changes. If you see repetitive spikes or drops, investigate site quality, bubbles, priming, or profile timing. The 2025 setup flow that works, step by step. Profile. First, basal blocks by time, morning versus overnight often differ. ICR, meal carb ratio, per time. Block, SF, correction factor. DIA, don't go too short. Targets, conservative at start, hardware and amp, consumables, fresh insulin at room temp when filling. Correct tubing length cannula type for your body type and activity. Adhesion plan for heat sweat, software connectivity. Latest firmware app time sync across pump, phone, CG made enabled if applicable with exercise, illness presets, education and amp. Safety. Set hypo treatment kit. Measured carbs. Sick day and pump failure plan weekly. 15-minute review cadence. A 7-day ramp plan. Save this. Day 1-2. Stability. Wear with conservative targets. Validate basal overnight. Fix obvious drift. Small percent changes. Day 3. Meals. Standardize breakfast and lunch. Measure carbs. Establish pre-bolus routine. Day 4. Exercise. Test exercise preset. Note, response and adjust timing percentage. Day 5. Automation. If using aid, nudge targets slightly tighter. Confirm alerts feel sustainable. Day 6. Stress sleep. Tag short sleep or high stress windows. Compare curves. Pre-plan mitigation. Walks. Hydration. Day 7. Review. Top 3 spikes. Top 2 dips. Pick one change for next week. ICR tweak. Pre-bolus timing. Or basal block fine-tune. Pro tips for real-world success. 2025. Overlap strategy. Time set changes before meals, not after, to test absorption quickly. Travel playbook. Time zone changes. Adjust basal blocks to destination time. Carry backups in separate bags. Data without burnout. One weekly review beats daily overtweaking. Clinic-ready exports. Bring TIR, average glucose, variability, insulin totals, and 3 questions to each appointment. Community and AMP. Learning. Use structured education, courses, webinars, rather than random social tips. Put it into practice with our ecosystem diabetesmasteryhub.org, deep dive guides, live webinars, and AMP. Workshops, expert Q&AMP A. GlucoSense TM app. AI-assisted trend insights and post-meal spike coaching that pairs well with pumps and CGMs. Diabetes Knowledge Challenge TM. A gamified way to strengthen diabetes know-how for individuals, families, and clinics. FAQs Q. How long should I wait before tightening targets in AID? A. Many people benefit from 1 to 2 weeks of conservative targets to stabilize, then gradual tightening with clinician guidance. Do I need a new ICR for each meal? AA. Not always, but time of day differences are common, e.g., breakfast more insulin resistant. Split ratios can improve post-meal curves. Queno, what's the first setting to check when I see overnight highs? A. Verify clock, then evaluate overnight basal and late evening food boluses. Can I skip pre-bolus if I use AID? On AID helps, but timely meal insulin still matters, especially for fast carbs.